Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today this is going to be probably a pretty quick video on my 2003 Mercury Marauder. I don't know if you guys know, but it went underwater during Hurricane Dorian, and shortly after Dorian I started it with all the water in it and probably bent a rod or something, but this will probably be like the second time that I actually checked on the car. Haven't really opened it up, anything like that. Was super depressed about it going underwater. But let's roll the intro and get into today's video. Alright, so like I said, this here is my 2003 Mercury Marauder turbocharged, and if you don't know, that's why the exhaust comes out the fender like that. It's a big GT45 turbo under the hood. Now at the time of completion, when I was just about done with the car, that's when the storm hit us. After months of fabrication, after months of ordering parts, after months of working on the car, and it drowned, and it was up, I think the water was right above the roof, so it's safe to say the entire car was underwater. And usually you don't bring back cars that have been underwater. If you have the choice to I guess let your insurance pay for it, or however that works wherever you're from. But here we don't really have that, and the car isn't that new, so whatever damages to it I would have to fix, and I just wasn't really in the right mood to fix it. But today there's several things that I have to do to actually probably hear it run again. One would be to drain the oil. I siphoned all the gas out of it to put in my generator during the storm, so I got to put some gas in it. I have to take out all the spark plugs and roll the motor over, make sure all of the water comes out, even though, like I said, we heard a bit of knocking when we started it, so who knows. You're just gonna hope for the best and pray that it doesn't need to rebuild. If it does, I don't know, probably just pull the motor, change the bearings. It didn't run for like more than 3 seconds or 4 seconds with the motor actually hearing a knock, so I'm gonna go jack this car up to where we could drain the oil and start pulling the plugs out, put some fuel in it, and start her up. Now, not all of this process I'm going to record because I want to get through this pretty quickly. So right when it's time to, I guess, start it up, I'll run you through what I did and what I had to do to get it back running. So as I get working. Just before I get started working on it, just want to give you guys a look in the hood. Everything is completely rusty. The turbo still spins, surprisingly, even though it went underwater, and the outside is completely rusted. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull these spark plug covers. Spark plugs and the coils are right underneath them. Pull those, pull the spark plugs. I'm gonna take the intake off just to make sure that there's no water in the intercooler, which there most likely is. And just so we don't pull any more water into the motor. And then I cut this hose to siphon the gas out. I'm going to put a short piece of hose right in between here and clamp it so that we don't have any fuel leaks, and go from there. So I'm going to get started on all these things. Got to get it jacked up and then drain this oil. So I'm going to get started. Alright guys, so we're currently under the car, and I'm going to be draining the oil from the drain bolt on the engine's oil pan. This is a 16mm socket, and I just want to show you guys what comes out. I already broke it before I started recording, so it wasn't that easy. If you look, that's droplets of water. That's never a good sign, but we know it went underwater, so there's gonna be a whole lot of water in here. Lots of it. Let me just take it out of focus and show you that that's water. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of water coming out of this. See if I can do it by hand. Nah, this drain bolt is rusted now. Oh yeah, just a good bit of backstory. I left this sitting for about 2 months without checking for it or draining the water. So who knows what's already locked up or not working. So let's see if I can do it by hand. Yeah, it's spinning by hand now. And more water. And that's it. That's salt water completely. See if I can get it to focus on that. Bunch of milk. So let me move the camera and show you guys what's coming out. That's literally milk. That's water and oil that mixed. And that's a lot of it. We're just gonna let this drain. I'm gonna reinstall the drain bolts and hopefully fill it with oil and hear it start up. So let me continue with the process of getting it back, I guess, working or somewhat working. You can see some of that black oil starting to come out now, but that's predominantly just sludge and salt water, I guess. All right, so I've been at it for, I'd say, about an hour and a half now. Sun's about to go down, so we don't have much light to work with left. I want to show you guys what I did. I have this fuel hose patched with just a little high pressure fuel hose in between, just for now until I could change the line. I took the plugs out. The plugs look pretty bad. That's not a good sign, but I mean, a lot of water came out the motor. I drained the oil, filled it with fresh oil, and took off the intake. There was a lot of salt in there, but what we're gonna do now is just roll it a few times to try and lubricate the system, and then we're gonna put the plugs back in and put some gas in it and see if it starts up. All right, before I start it, let's see, what chances do I give it that it's gonna start? I'd say 50-50. I really don't think it's gonna start because I left it sitting for so long, but let's see if at least the starter still rolls. Key forward. Nothing. Nothing at all. I don't know. Yeah, not getting anything, so alright, gotta keep checking or check to see if the starter is any good. Alright, so it's getting late. We did everything what we were supposed to do, and it seems like the starter gave out or the terminals are dirty on the starter. I don't have much daylight to pull that starter today, so I'm gonna leave that for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know there wasn't many or much action in this video at all, but I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate my faithful subscribers, and like this video. Hopefully I have more content coming for you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for watching.